Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are looking at a product from the guys over at Nordform. If you haven't heard of Nordform, then a quick intro to them is needed. They are a team of talented individuals from Denmark working to design a range of leather products, including belts, wallets, office accessories, and this, the Worker Briefcase. They have very kindly reached out to me and offered to send me some products to review. This includes the Worker bag, but also their belt and a slim fold wallet. Videos of them will be coming very soon, but for now we're going to focus on this one. I'm going to split the video into three sections. Section 1 will be an unboxing, taking a closer look at the bag and its features. Section 2 will feature my opinions on the bag after the 4 months or so that I've been using it. And Section 3 will be a little more about the company themselves, including my interactions with their customer service team. Stay tuned for that. So this is the Nordform Worker bag. We have a split panel leather design on both sides. Side A features a large pocket, leather cover and Japanese YKK metal zips. Side B has a smaller passport or phone pocket, as well as a metal clip for a shoulder strap, which we'll get to in a moment. On the top, we have chunky YKK zips once more, and 4 metal clasps holding the sturdy carry handles in place, plus 2 metal clips, one on the left and one on the right again for the shoulder strap. On the bottom we have 4 nice metal feet. Dimensions of the bag are 40 centimeters by 30 and around 8 centimeters in width. It comes in this, the mocha colour, but also in black and in cognac. My first impressions of the bag are absolutely fantastic. There's real attention to detail in the stitching. The edges look really nicely finished too and aren't likely to wear anytime soon. The YKK zips are YKK zips, reliable as always. They have nice leather pulls attached as well. The metal hardware is nice and smooth and shiny, and the whole bag has a good weight to it as well, coming in at 1.3 kilos. It looks and feels like a premium product should. In terms of leather, we have premium vegetable tanned full grain leather, so you can expect strong durability in the bag, and it will wear over time and look just as good, if not better, than the day you get it. I assume if you're looking at bags in this price range, you're already pretty savvy on materials, but if not, there's plenty of info on this super premium leather, how it's made and why it's the choice in high-end products. Just search vegetable tanned leather and you'll get all the info you need. Before we dive inside the bag, a quick look at the strap itself. It is a leather and canvas affair with more metal hardware on the ends. Adjustability is good too, with the strap going from 70 centimeters at the smallest up to about 125 centimeters long. It clips on and off very easily using the clips provided. Let's go inside the bag, and the first thing that strikes me is the Alcantara material that lines it. It's not something I've seen on a bag before. It's more likely to be used on a sports car seat or a steering wheel. Why is that? Well, Alcantara is a grippy suede-like material that's soft to the touch, waterproof, breathable, tough and very easy to look after. All quantities you want from a material that is being constantly used and abused. Ultimately, the inside of your briefcase shares a lot of the same abuses as a steering wheel, so why not use the same material? Well, Nordform have, and in my opinion, it's brilliant. Looking around the inside, we have a large laptop pocket on one side. My MacBook Air 13 fits nicely in there. On the other side is a pocket large enough for a notebook or the usual bits and bobs you carry around. In the middle we have a nice leather Nordform logo stitched above 2 pockets, and opposite there's a stretchy mesh pocket, 3 pen holders and an AirPods pocket with magnetic clasp. I don't own AirPods personally, but I do own a specific USB stick, this one, that I am forever digging around the bottoms of pockets for. The AirPods pocket helps me keep that one item completely separate, and the magnetic clasp means it never escapes. Has it saved me hours of my life? Probably not, but it's a really convenient thing, and I really appreciate something that's so simple in a bag. Talking of appreciation, we'll move on to section 2 now, and my personal thoughts on the Nordform Worker bag. I've been using this bag for about 4 months now, and my daily usage involves popping it in the car when taking the kids to school, and then heading off to work with it. What do I bring with it on a normal day? Well, an Orbit Key Nest version 2, a notebook, glasses, my USB stick, tech accessories, a pen, my iPad Pro and MacBook Air. As you can see, it all fits quite nicely and zips up fairly well. A small annoyance is the zip does sometimes get stuck when going around the corners. This has actually loosened up over time though and feels much better now, as you can see. Also, when the bag is full, the problem completely goes away. It's mainly when it's completely empty that you get that issue. I will note I've had other brands of leather bag before and I've had the same issue. It's essentially a matter of bag stiffness. See, too soft and the bag feels great, but the zips get stuck all the time. Too rigid and the bag just feels a little cheap. I think Nordform have found a happy medium here and it certainly feels no worse than other brands I've used. In terms of wear, I've been really impressed. I don't look after this bag in all honesty. Certainly if I bought it with my own cash, I'd look after it much better than I have. This thing lives in my living room when I get home from work, meaning the kids get their paws all over it. It lives in the boot of my car alongside boxes and shoes and pushchairs. Then at work it lives under my desk on the floor. So mostly out of the way to be fair, but it has received a couple of kicks at work during its lifetime. It looks great still. The zips themselves look absolutely fantastic. They work really, really nicely. The leather edges look absolutely great as well. There are a few patches beginning to wear on where the bag touches the handle, but I would expect that to be fair. I'm also really impressed with the handles. They seem to just spring back into shape no matter what you do with them. They've been stood on by my kids. I've caught one of them in the boot of my car as well, the handle, not the kids, and you can see they've held up really, really well. Other things I've noticed, well, the AirPods pocket that I mentioned earlier, it can get a little in the way when putting things into the main compartment, but it does squash completely flat, so nothing major there. Also, standing the bag up can be a bit of a chore. It is quite sturdy when it's at full capacity, but around half capacity, it tends to get a bit unstable due to the contents in the middle of the bag leaning to one side and causing the whole thing to sort of fall over. It's a little annoying and means you have to hold the bag when filling it. The feet are quite well positioned though, so the only way I think to solve this would be to make the bag wider. Now personally, I wouldn't want a bag that's any wider. I love the style of a briefcase. I like how it feels to carry and when it's on my shoulder against my body. If I really wanted a wider, more stable bag, I'd probably just go for a weekender bag. The front pocket is interesting too. Bags that I've used before have a front pocket, but it isn't suitable for a phone, either because it's too small or because it hasn't got a zip. Well, the Worker is too small for a phone to go in height ways, but you can put it in sideways, which is really, really handy. Also, you have a zip to keep it nice and secure, which I really appreciate. As somebody with a work and personal phone, it's great to be able to pop one phone, the work phone, in the bag at the end of the day and leave it there until I get back to work the next morning. I understand these front pockets are for passports and other easy access items, but I really think companies should include zips on them. It's just peace of mind really, and such a simple thing to include. Kudos to Nordform there for including the zip. My final thought is on the shoulder strap itself. It has a nice size and great adjustment, but the leather makes it a little firm and it can be a bit uncomfortable on my bony shoulders. I'd rather they just used an all canvas design like a lot of bags do, or I guess I could hit up the gym and put some meat on my bones. It's a personal preference for me, and to be honest, I generally carry the bag using the handles anyway, and I've absolutely no complaints over them whatsoever. These are fantastic. That's it for my opinions. In conclusion, I'm really happy with the bag's durability and how it looks after 4 months of usage. I have a few niggles which you could argue are more preference than design errors. On the whole, there's certainly nothing that will put me off buying this bag. I have mentioned a few comparisons, and as this is not a comparison video, I don't want to go into detail about other bags specifically, but I have some experience with other brands like Hugo Boss, for example, and Carl Friedrich. This bag absolutely holds its own against them, especially when you consider the price. Coming in at around €409, this bag is about 45% cheaper than the Carl Friedrich Palissy. That's insane. Now, the Palissy is made from a single piece of premium vachetta leather, has individually polished chrome hardware, and is a stunning bag in its own right. So it's up to you really if you think the extra outlay is worth it. Now, section 3 is a little add-on to the video. Obviously, my interactions with Nordform have been fantastic. I mean, they want me to say nice things, so they roll out the red carpet for me, and in return, I want to test and unbox their products. It's always going to be a very easy conversation to be had, and isn't really comparable to an actual customer journey. So, I decided it would be a good idea to drop Nordform a message from a throwaway email address, asking some questions about their products, just to get an idea and a better gauge of their customer service. First thing I did was go to nordformstore.com. I scrolled to the bottom of the page to find that in the footer, they have a section with a contact link. This takes you to a page of FAQs and a contact form at the bottom, which is perfect. I hate hunting around for details, so this is a good start. Now, for the message itself, I asked for some information about their products, such as where they are made and the materials. I also asked them an awkward question about a negative review I found on Trustpilot. Now, to be clear, they have a 4.7 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot from over 1,300 reviews, which is really, really good. I picked out a negative review just to be awkward, and realistically, if you're in customer service and you got the message that I sent, you want to reply with something like, "Dear sir, you found one review from 1,000 that is negative. Please look at the other 999 reviews." Now, of course, they can't say that, so I was intrigued to see how they would respond. And to be fair, I was very impressed. Firstly, their promise is to reply within 24 hours, and this was achieved easily. In fact, I sent the message around 4 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Denmark time, and got a reply by 10 a.m. the following morning. Secondly, the customer service assistant was very polite and gave me the information I requested. They even sent me links to articles for me to read up on. Addressing the negative review, they explained it was extremely uncommon to have issues, but that any problems would be dealt with swiftly. They also gave me some info about their warranty, which includes a 5-year extended warranty on their bags. All very good signs then, and reassuring considering the amount of money you are likely to be spending on one of these products. For extra peace of mind, they also offer a 100-day returns policy, which is very generous. Overall then, I'm really happy to recommend Nordform and specifically the Worker bag. It looks great, it's easily strong enough to withstand the daily demands, and it has helpful little conveniences like zippered outer pockets and the AirPods/trinket holder inside. I mentioned the Carl Friedrich bag in comparison, and if you twisted my arm and made me pick one bag specifically, I think the Carl Friedrich bag is excellent value for money, but 725 euros is still 725 euros. For me personally, the Nordform Worker is the bag I choose because it's a much more enticing price point for me, and I know I'd have absolutely no regrets about spending 400 euros on it. One final thing, if you're thinking this guy on YouTube has an English accent but is talking in euros, not pounds, well, unfortunately Nordform don't currently sell to the UK market, which means if you're living on the Isle of Kings, Kews and Tetley Tea, you're going to have to write a strongly worded email to Nordform. Hopefully Nordform include the UK in their sales area very soon. That's it from me. If you found this video useful and are feeling generous, I'd really appreciate it if you give me a like and a subscribe down below. It really helps. For any questions, do pop a message in the comments section and I'll get back to you ASAP. Also, stay well and I will see you on the next one.